Good evening. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the evening of Monday, and we're now at the 10th of November, 2025, about 6:05 p.m. Central Time. I'm in the middle of that snow, but it really came to an end pretty quick. The city itself of Chicago didn't get hit hard at all. 2-3 inches maybe. Even in some of the areas that go around where they call it the snow belt, 5 to 8 inches, that's not the worst snow that it could have been. They were talking maybe 1.5 feet. So, the news plays it up, but the reality is I live here and I'm telling you what I'm looking at, and I live downtown Chicago. You're still getting another rally in the stock market because what's expected right now is that the Senate will pass some form of a bill that will go to the House for quick approval unless the bill's got some things that the House just can't live with and the president says no. But based on what we know was in the bill as of last night, Sunday, and this morning, those parts the president seems to be behind. That means Speaker Johnson would be able to then tell members of the House, once he gets the bill, they have 36 hours to return to Washington, debate it, vote on it. So I'm guessing something between Thursday and Saturday would be a likely time to get passage if it's what we'll call, I'm just going to use the term, a clean bill, okay? In terms of news, you got Veterans Day tomorrow. I want to thanks to all the vets out there, everybody that's in the armed forces, everybody that keeps us safe from everything. I consider them all vets. Thank you. You're going to get the NFIB Optimism Index at 5 in the morning. They're looking for the October number at 98.2 versus September's 98.8. So slipping a little bit, not terrible. And we're going to get Fed Governor Michael Barr. He's expected to speak around 9 in the morning. So we will see where this all goes. And if we can finally get to the point where we start getting government information flowing again, and when we do, where and when will we get it, all right? What's the easiest to get? What's already been collected will be the big issue, and what can they put out right away? But remember, whatever they've already collected before forces, if you will, left their offices is really old data. It shouldn't have that much of an impact. It's the newer data you want to concentrate on. But just the fact that you're opening tells me that the stock market and the action is friendly, acts like it wants to rally. I'm not in the exact camp in gold in that. Getting back through that 4,400 level in gold, it's going to take some event. I don't know what it is. I do realize inflation's here. I do realize that what the market hasn't done is in the metal markets bit the bullet in some way to cut expenses. I haven't seen that. If you were to ask me anything, I think the hard line the Republicans are taking on the health care issues, the Affordable Act and so on, there's going to be a compromise there. It won't be that hard. Maybe that's what gives it a little bit of a lift. The dollar today was basically unchanged. Foreign currencies tonight, well, they're just a little bit of everywhere. I think you can see that. Up, down, sideways. Everybody's trying to make heads or tails of what's going to happen here. You can see that you've got the same situation in bonds and notes. They're not moving much tonight. And you're very, very flat in the energies. So the market's waiting. It needs a piece of information that the Senate votes, gets this done, and then we start trading that part of the market. Got it? That's what you're waiting on. When you look at the gold, it rebounded nicely. It's up 3.5% or 3.15%, if you will, so far for the week, which is day one. The market held this, so we've got a trading bottom low. That's how I'm viewing this. And the reason I'm saying that is the pattern is here of higher lows, higher highs. That's bullish. The market is right now over the 18-day average. That part of the market is bullish. This Bollinger Band's falling, and it's falling underneath the old highs. That's why I question, can you just go through those highs and keep going? That's a big resistance point in the market. And momentum has already gotten up to the point where here you are at 66. You get up another couple of dollars, you're going to be in overbought territory. So no longer in the bear camp. The question is, how friendly do you want to be, is how I view that. When we look at the gold-silver ratio, it continues down. I gave you numbers all week long last week that if you got over this right here, these two numbers, the 48, what is that, 48, 89 and a half, 98 and a half, 99 and a half, that you could take off to the upside. Tell me that that's not what happened in a nice way. And I expect that it's going to encounter resistance at that upper Bollinger Band. You're already in overbought territory. The copper market, I think the market's going to make a stand here at the $5 level, roughly. You don't want to get back under the lows you made, let's call that last Friday. If those lows hold, which is the 100-day average and that, you can make a gradual argument that the market wants to climb to the Bollinger Band. It is not an overbought territory. The platinum market, this is a battle zone. It's been one. The 18-day average, nothing I'm comfortable with there. And in the US dollar, you're still fighting at the 200-day average. That's what this is, along with the Bollinger Band. Can you do anything with it? Momentum, which had a chance to embed, didn't. It's just an overbought territory. I'm not in love with the dollar right here. So just one of these strange markets that I'm looking at, trying to figure out what's the next catalyst going to be? And I think we know what it is. The question is, what do we do with it and how do we do anything with it? And that's where we'll be at. And if you want to see what I'm doing in the mornings and telling my clients to trade off of, it's very simple. Just go to iraepstein.com under the word research and you sign up for the research right there. I give all the videos. I put them out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning. Often, like I did last night, a weekend video for the weekly charts for the subscribers as well. You'll be able to click up here an icon, and if you move right over here, if you're watching YouTube, you can go there. It's iraepstein.com, the word research. I hope you join us. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great evening, and I hope you watch the other videos.